Everybody. All right, I've got a signal. So it's a Saturday afternoon. I've finally worked out all the dramas with YouTube, and I don't know if anybody's going to come over here from Facebook, but we'll see what happens. I'm in my office right now, our office, I should say, because what we've done is we've actually got this $65 desk from IKEA, and Andy built this riser out of one of the leftover shelves from our shoe closet that we just built. And then we have a floating shelf up here, and I'm getting another cabinet for up the top that'll sit above that. So that's pretty fun. So we got all of that done, and we got this $40 TV from the hospice shop near us that somebody left there used. Works fine. It's a current model. What a steal. So we got that mounted on the wall the other day, and the bed's over here, and it turns 90 degrees. So that's pretty exciting too. So that's what we've been up to in the house. And now I need to go out and actually get some exercise. Bronson's son is here. Bronson's son. Andy's son is here. Bronson, and they're going to see the new Deadpool movie. I'm not a Deadpool person, so I get the evening to myself. Yay! So let's get going. I don't know if Kat's going with us. I called this the catwalk, but I don't know if Kat's coming with us or not. I will find out when we go outside. Today we got home greeted by feathers and the head of a bird, and in amongst it all, a live lizard with no tail, of course. She was a busy girl while we were gone, so that was fun too. Yeah, and that's it. All right, I think I'm ready to go. Hon, I'm going. He's blowing his nose, so that's nice to have on a live camera. He's just getting ready to go. Hon, I'm leaving, okay? Do you want to say hi to the people and bye to the people? Hi to the people.
Hi.
Look at your hair. It's all over the place.
I'm sorry. I took a quick little nap, and me and my son are going to go see.
Deadpool. Wanted.
I hope I don't fall asleep.
You probably will. Well, maybe it'll be really exciting and you won't.
I hope not.
Of course, I got no watchers yet, so we're talking to nobody.
Oh.
But one of these days, I will convince people to come over to YouTube and watch our channel.
Yes.
Live stream. Oh, look, there's Jim LeBeater, our crazy neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually not crazy. He
One
cycles.
of our neighbors.
He cycles and he's out cycling. So, all right, I'm gonna go.
Bye.
You
Love
don't. You don't need to set the alarm when you leave because it would only be one of the jokers on here that'd try and break in.
You have a key, right?
I got a key right here.
Okay.
All
So
right.
I'm going to lock this, and we're leaving through the garage.
All right, that's fine. I'll wave at you if I'm still there by the time we
All right.
go. You go ahead and lock.
Be careful.
All right. Oh, did I mention this is the best sign ever? Since I got this sign, not one person unsolicited has knocked at our door. I'm so thrilled to death about that. It is great. You got to get one of these. They're $7 on Amazon. All right, it's getting windy, so it's getting a little cool out here. I can hear Andy yelling at his son. Hey, we got no cat. We might make this without her. That'd be something. There's my neighbor Jim. Used to work with my boss at the place where I work now. Now he's a loan officer in his own right somewhere else, I think. Anyway, I'm back. Wait, am I back? I'm back. Hi. So, what do we have to talk about? Let's see. I am watching a new Japanese sitcom, but it's sort of a drama sitcom. You know, it's one of those ones that gets a little serious too, and it's really slapstick because it's Japanese, and anything they do that's funny is Japanese. It's called Good Morning Call, 2017, and it is on Netflix. I've been watching the Spanish soap operas, and I decided I should switch to Japanese since we're going to be going there soon and just have some fun with it. And it's your typical Japanese programming. I just picked the first thing I saw. I thought that'll be good. Doesn't sound like full-on drama, so I wanted something a little bit light, and it is. It's about this girl whose family moves to a farm, and she needs to finish high school, and she wants to do it in the city, so she gets this great apartment for really cheap. And then one of the most popular guys in school shows up at the apartment the same time she does. They both have contracts for the same apartment. It's a scam. in short, they end up living in the same place and not telling anybody. And there's all this drama because he's so popular. And apparently the reason he's living alone is because his parents died when he was young. So that's kind of interesting and funny. And that's that. And I get winded walking up a very shallow hill now. I really need to get out more. All this sitting at a desk is killing me. It's killing me. So I've been watching that lately. What else has been going on? I know there's more. Wait, let me think. Andy's dad's birthday is tomorrow. No, Monday. So we celebrated that today. All the kids were down. So they're all here for the weekend. Grayson, the stand-up comedian. Oh, hey, there's somebody on here. Who is it? Let me see who it is. Live chat. Why can't I see who's on here? Woohoo! Bye! There goes Andy. I can't see who it is. Sorry, I'm just tapping on my camera trying to find things out. I don't know who you are, and I can't see any chat. So chat me if you can, so I know who you are. I'm curious. I'll bet it's Mom. It probably is. Wow, we got no cat with us today. She's gone somewhere else. Wow, I can go down the end today. That's pretty exciting. Of course, it's starting to get a little bit overcast or darker. I don't know what now. Not sure I want to. We'll try it anyway. So here we go, down the yellow brick road. I'm still not using the proper gimbal. I don't like it. I like the regular stick better. Ah, there we go. It's Andy. So that's who was on. Someday we'll get a following. Maybe I need you with me because your people come over. Huge fan. Well, thank you. I know. You like my work, right? Well, here's the road behind our house. Old Glen Cove Road. And nothing's happening. There's part of an oleander bush that fell. The weeds are coming up quite nicely. Oh, what's this big bush up here? I don't remember that being there. Whatever. So I might walk all the way down the end and I might not be able to breathe by the time I get up the second hill, but we'll see what happens. Coming back again. Hi! Oh, there's a big hawk flying up there. That must mean that there's stuff in the eucalypts. Let's see, what else can I talk about? What can I embarrass Andy with? No, there's nothing. We're starting to get a lot of tomatoes in our wicking beds in the backyard. They are coming up. Well, the grape tomatoes started first, and that thing is growing really tall. So one thing I've learned is that the smaller tomato varieties, they seem to grow taller. And the bigger tomato varieties, they seem to grow not as tall. But we've got grape tomatoes. We've got Romas coming up now on one of the shorter vines. And we've got some other, it could be a baby Roma, I can't remember, some other one coming up. 3 out of the 4 have lots of tomatoes on them now. And the wicking beds are working really well. The tomatoes are just fine. I overfilled them today, by the way. Andy will be interested to know. I left them for the 5 minutes I usually do to fill with water, and they went like halfway up the tube. I probably should let some of the water run off, but I thought I'll give them a good soaking and let it stay in there. Probably break the containers. I might actually open those up when I get home, thinking about it. I don't know why I didn't think about draining that off a little bit. I was just like, oh well, okay, whatever. I'm surprised that cat hasn't come up behind me. I kind of thought she would jump over the fence. Wow, she's disappeared. I think she's going in somebody's house. How are the grapes? What grapes? Oh, the grapes in the backyard? The grapes in the backyard, yes. We have our little mini vineyard of 2 grapevines. We got Chardonnay grapes, which are Thompson seedless, and we got some sort of red dessert grape, and I don't remember what it's called or what it is, but neither of them has gotten any fruit yet because the the soil in our backyard is so bad. I'm watering them religiously this year. They look healthy, but they just don't fruit. So who knows? Oh, and Andy planted squash. I haven't posted the video yet. We tried to make a wicking bed in a half wine barrel, or I did while Andy was gone. We got all the bits, and then he had to work and work and work, so I was like, screw it, I'll do it. We had filled a wine barrel up with water to make sure it was watertight, because you figure it should be because it's holding all that wine. And it was fine. We left it overnight. It did not leak at all. So I go to put everything in it, get it all set up, start to fill it with water in the bottom receptacle. We didn't put any pond liner in this one. We just decided to try it the way it was, and it leaked everywhere. And I think what happened is the weight of the substrate and the soil combined, even though it had metal rings around the bottom of it. I didn't see what you said, hun. Even though it had metal rings around the bottom of it. Why can't I see the chats? Top chat. Oh, there we go. When is the barrel tasting? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, we need grapes first, don't we? We have no grapes. So we have no barrels. So we have no wine. It's tragic. No. I was just going to talk about your zucchini, hun. Your squash. Your squash. So anyway, it's in this wicking wine barrel that doesn't actually wick, so we have to water it every day. Luckily, it's small. We bought a couple of squashes, one of those yellow crookneck squashes and a zucchini, and then we set them aside, and we never got to them, and they like burned and died in the sun. So we got 2 more the next weekend when I was going to have time to actually do something about it. And oh, this is the bad hill. And when I got those, I put them inside and gave them some water. And I got the ones that were all burned up, and I put them inside and soaked them in water. And what do you know? They came back to life. So now we have 2 zucchinis, 2 crookneck squashes. Oh, look, 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 look. Is that what we're calling it? Yes, Andy, that's what we're calling it. Oh, darn, they went. Right where that green patch is, there were a couple of turkeys. I know that's nothing to anybody who lives around here because we got so many turkeys, but we don't have that many yet around here. Oh, there's a siren. We do have a lot of sirens because we got a lot of crime. Nice. Nice. Anyway, there were 2 turkeys. They saw me coming and they hightailed it into the bush here. We'll see. I think they're probably still hiding in the bush. This is the path that goes to the next subdivision. So sometimes I go that way and turn around. I'm going to stay on the path today, though, because I don't have the cat. Wow, that's a lot of sirens. Sounds like somebody died, like that time when Grant and Ann were visiting, and we had like a major homicide at one of the, like, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Secondhand places where you hawk your stuff. Nice part of town that is too. I wonder if they flew up in the trees. Oh, there, you can see the head of one maybe right up there. Hi, baby. What you doing? There, did you see him? There he is. Is he flashing his tail at me? Hey, baby, what's up? What you doing up there? You grazing? Yeah, you could just see him sticking his, I think he's like in the little water trench up there. I don't know. But they saw me coming and they left. I know the ones in Pinole, they're not scared of anything. They're like happy to just be there. So, wow, still with the sirens. Can you hear that? Somebody either died or is dying. Oh, my nose is shiny. I need powder. Sounds close by. Glad I didn't turn into that subdivision. It sounds like it's over there. And over on this side, we have rows and rows of eucalypts. Pawn shop, thank you. That's what I was looking for. I'm getting old. Those words are escaping me. Thank you, Andy. So, rows and rows of eucalypt trees. Luckily, they're not right near our house because I understand they explode if fire ever hits them. And that would be bad. Really bad. Of course, that could just be a myth propagated by California. That happens a lot. I don't really know. I've never personally seen it. Maybe some of you out there have and you can tell me. All right, almost to the top of the second hill. Hallelujah. And then we get the view, and then I'm going back. I'm only doing this to get a little exercise so that I can go home and pig out on a dish I like to call tuna shit. Excuse the language. Can of tuna, tablespoon of mayo, green onions, zhuzh it all up in the little zhuzhy machine, and spread it on top of rice crackers like dip. And then you're done. Okay, so now I gotta figure out chat because it doesn't stay up here and it's saying stay away from the bees. Thank you, Andy. I will stay away from the bees. I didn't even go and look at them today, and maybe I won't, because I'm kind of afraid of the snakes too, although it's too cold for them to be out and about today anyway, I think. Oh, here, we're getting up to the place where I can stop. Oh, this is a much steeper hill than it looks like, and I'm wondering if you can even hear me because it's quite windy out here. Oh, what are these? Are these like yucca? Or are they actually tequila plants? Agave. I think they're too big to be agave. But I'd be curious to know, because they look like they'd have the big roots that agave has, but I don't recall it being that big. But I wonder if it sits around unharvested, if that's what it does. It's possible. It's possible. All right. So here's that same next subdivision on this side. Whoever owns this house was smart enough to put a balcony out the back, which is something I'd like to do with our place, because I think it might be rather pleasant. But the reason they did that, and I imagine the reason there's no trees in this little clearing here, because they were probably clever and made sure the trees happened to die. Oh, look at this. Somebody's got a bouncy castle. Somebody's got a bouncy castle. Okay. Yeah, I do remember that about the... Oh, you can't hear me. Good. I do remember that about the Oakland fires, that the trees were all exploding, so... But you just never know what you're getting there. So anyway, there's a bouncy castle up in that, like, condo complex up there. I wonder if... No, that's not aloe. It's too big for aloe. It's some sort of succulent like that. It looks like agave because you remember when we saw the agave and they would pull out this huge root from the middle? It looks like it would have a big root in the middle of it like that. So, I don't know. Here is, you can see the flatlands, I think that is in Benicia, the little swamp area. And that's Mount Diablo up there. And over a little further we should be able to see the bridge. Yeah. Just past the refinery there. I don't know if you can actually see the bridge, but you can see the refinery and the bridge is right behind it. Oh, thanks for the super chat, Bronson. Appreciate it. Yes, I will. I will get you and your dad something good for dessert for when you come home from the movies. Appreciate it. All right. So, more eucalypts. This is some sort of electric changing station, I don't know, switching station, I don't know what it is, something like that. And when we had a fire, see, the other bridge must be right where you can see those towers. I think the other bridge, the Carquinez Bridge, is right over that hill, like over to the right of those. And I know if I keep walking, you get to it, so I'm pretty sure it is. You can actually see part of the walk. You can see fencing up there. And actually I can see a person up there. But there's a path that goes all the way and you can see the Carquinez Bridge. And the fire that happened at the Carquinez Bridge got all the way up to here. So it got relatively close to our house. Luckily they kept it away from the eucalypts, because that would have been bad. And the fire department's plural, because it was many, We used to have one just up the road from us, which probably would have been the first response, but of course they closed that one like they did with the one in Pinole, so they had to come from other places, but they got it contained pretty fast. Like, it was still burning, but they knew what they were doing, and you could see powder around all the houses. They were like putting that flame retardant powder out, and it came up to and maybe even into a couple of the backyards, but none of the houses burned. So they had it under control. It wasn't a super windy day like today. Today is just ridiculous wind. Yesterday, going over the Benicia Bridge, I was having to countersteer constantly. It was like being on a motorcycle. It was scary. Yeah, so see, these are really big. And I think they've got, you know, you go and dig up the root right there, and that's where you get the tequila juice from, the agave juice that you make into tequila. Maybe we need to make ourselves some, maybe we need to come and dig those up, Andy, and make ourselves some like quadruple distilled tequila, you know, like they do with vodka, so it doesn't give you a hangover. Because I can't drink that stuff anymore. It makes me wake up in the middle of the night. Messes with my hormones. I'm old. What can I say? Life is sad. Actually, life's not sad. Life's good. Getting old is kind of sad, though. I wish I had the knowledge I have now with my 20-year-old body. 19-year-old body. That's what I want. Can we do that? It's like that Mercedes ad where they go back in time. Now I'm just babbling. Here's houses over this side. I don't know where, oh, these houses are down below us. They're from a different road. They're not sort of attached. Our area is really small. It's a really small subdivision called Old Town 1, I think it is. I think Old Town 2 is over the other side, and that's with an E on the end of Old and Town. Old Town 1. Fun. Doesn't look that old compared to everything we looked at in Hercules and Pinole. So today we went to the Skechers outlet, which is right down the road from us. We're lucky about that. I personally love Skechers. My feet are getting wide and fat as I get older, and their shoes fit me. I'm a size 10 if it's a medium width, and I'm a size 9 if it's a wide width. But they got stuff that fits and lasts forever and looks sort of nondescript, which is really what you want anyway, isn't it? So we went there to look for some shoes for Japan because we will be walking like 13, 14-hour day there. It'll be crazy. Speaking again of Japan, I've been researching in my spare time. I actually have spare time now. We have a free like month, and I shouldn't say it because then something will come along and fill it, but thank you, Andy. He says my body looks great to him. Yes, well, we can get old and fat together. I think we already decided that. That's probably why we are, because we know it doesn't matter. So Japan, we're trying to find out about gluten-free in Japan, and they use a lot of soy sauce there. Soy sauce has wheat. Doesn't have a lot of wheat, and I think Andy can probably get away with that. Like, he doesn't go into convulsions and at the theater getting ready to go in. Okay, see you later, fans. Have a good movie, guys. And I'll finish this up. I'm just talking about you and gluten-free, but that's okay. You guys have a good time watching Deadpool. If you've watched Deadpool, leave me a note. Tell me how it was. These guys will compare notes when they get out. So, back to Japan. I'd like to go back to Japan. I think I've said this before. I've been there 7 times. First time was in 2004, 05, and then we skipped a year and we kept going. And then I think the last year I went was 2012, 13. We always went at Christmas time, so it was December, January. So it was 12, 13 was the last time I went. It's been 5 years since I've been there. And finally, I'm going to take Andy there with me. It'll be fun. So anyway, we're trying to find out about gluten-free for him. I think he'll be able to eat the soy sauce. I don't think that's a big deal. But there are a lot of desserts and things there that have wheat. And things like takoyaki and okonomiyaki, all the yaki things. Yaki things seem to have wheat, and I know that's not the word for wheat, so I'm not sure how that relates. Could be that it's fried, grilled. I should know that. Anyway, So we found a couple of places. There's this place called Little Bird Cafe. Luckily not too far from us. It's actually in Shinjuku, near Yoyogi Park, I think it is. And the woman does totally gluten-free. She does a lot of dairy-free, vegan. She got freaked out when the radiation hit in 2011, in March 2011, in Japan. I started thinking, well, it matters what you put into your body, because if you're putting this radioactive stuff in your body, you're gonna die. So, you know, it really matters what you're putting in your body. And she used to be a plastic surgeon, or work for a plastic surgeon. I was a little unclear on that. But she stopped doing that. She decided, you know, that's not what keeps you young. What you eat, you are what you eat. And that's why she started doing this. And she's been doing it ever since, and people rave about this cafe. And it has everything. They only have one thing on the menu that contains wheat, and it's some sort of noodle they make at a really, really low temperature. And I don't know if that eradicates the effect of the gluten or not, but we will find out. I'll be curious to know. I am actually heading down toward the beehive now. Andy's telling me to stay away, but I'm going down there just to see. The path is still here. People are still walking on it. I don't think I'm going to see any snakes today. And the grass is a little bit lower. And I have no cat with me to get into trouble in the bush here. So let's go down here and just take a look. Oh, something just dropped, just a leaf. As long as I don't go shit and bend over and like touch my eyebrow and go, I was stung by a bee. That was fun. All right, we're almost there. Let me show you the view. It's actually very pretty. There's this little gully down here, and just trying to turn this around, sorry. There's this little gully down here. There. And it's sort of in between all the hills, and I know the creek runs down there. I'd love to do this someday. I don't know if it goes up the other side, but one of these days when it's a little bit less snaky around here, I might go down this with Andy. It ends up at Glen Cove Parkway. And because I know because I saw somebody coming from that direction one day, and I asked. And I'd love to see where it leads. There's a bunch of pathways like this. I'd love to take them all. Okay. I just heard something running in the bushes behind me. That was like a scary movie for a minute. I think it was probably some sort of little rodent like a mouse. That's what it sounded like. So let's see. Where's the beehive? There's the beehive. And you can't really see the bees today. There are a few there. Yeah, you can see a few flying around. It's not as active as it was. I don't know what happened to them. I think when they eradicated from mosquitoes, it affected them. I think they're much more affected by things than anyone knows. And that kind of sucks. Even though that jerk stung me, I still like bees. I know they're good. They're good for the environment. They make for happy times. All right, I got a big hill to get back up. Bye-bye, bees. Keep up the good work. So let me head us away from the sun. Oh, that's better. See? Oh, the lighting matters so much. So west must be in front of me now. See? Woo! Shadow west. So does that make sense? Yeah, because we've got a west-facing backyard, and we're over here. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That makes sense. So that's west, east, north, south. Hey, I know what direction I'm going, and people say I'm a dizzy blonde. Right! Okay. All right, back out of the bushes. There's no mosquitoes here either. It must be too windy. It's not very humid out because it's so windy. It's gotten a little bit drier. It was humid earlier today. Oh, let's see what, if anything, is happening down here by the riverside. Huh. The things you find. There's like a screwdriver. There's a empty can of God, I don't have the words today. Yogurt. I think these are berries. And then in there, can Can you still see a few tadpoles? You can see stuff moving around. I can hear kids screaming in one of the houses. That's lovely. Yeah, you can kind of see the bottom of it there too. It's this really interesting greenish color. Don't know why. It's probably sewer. Anyway, seems to be doing okay. I wonder if it opens up further down, or if it's like the Pinole Creek where it's really pretty small for most of it, except right down near the water. I don't know. Didn't grow up here, don't have all the answers. So now we have to walk back up this big hill. I hate this, but I'm doing it for my own good. And when I get home, I get to have the tuna. Let's just call it tuna dip, it's more polite. Mmm, yummy din din. All right, nothing happening. Nothing happening up here. What's this? Nothing exciting. Yeah, so the cat killed and ate a bird, like a sparrow, that size. She hasn't, the bigger birds, they actually dive bomb her. Last time we went on our walk, it was either a scrub jay or a robin. One of the two of them dive bombed her repeatedly, so she was scared to get through and like follow me. She finally made a run for it. So she has her enemies too, but the littler birds, she can get them. And she left us the head and the tail and something that looked like a gallbladder or something like that. I cleaned it up. Andy's like, your cat, your circus, your monkey. He's got his kids, I got my cat. From a circus standpoint, I'll take the cat. It's not that bad. You just get a spade from the yard, one of those little trowels, and a bucket, or a little plastic garbage can, which is what I use. And you just scoop it up into that. I wish she didn't take it up on the landing where the carpet is, because it would be easier. But what are you gonna do? She's a cat. So she had that, and then she played with a lizard. And then she was hungry again at 4:30. She's in going, where's my dinner? That cat eats like 6 times a day. She has her normal 2 meals. She has dry food out. I drop 1 portion a day, like a normal cat-sized portion, let's say. And I've also been giving her this broth. You know those new broths they have out? They're cat food, but more liquidy. They usually got tuna or some sort of fish or chicken, something shredded in them with a few vegetables. Not all mixed in, so they're sort of, you can see everything in them. I'm sure they're designed to make humans feel better about the food they're giving their cats. And they call it a snack. So you're meant to give it an addition. I think you're meant to give a whole one. I make one last about 3 or 4 days. So I just give her a little taste. She also gets goat milk 1 or 2 times a day. Plus she had the bird today. Plus I don't know who else feeds her, but I know other people do feed her. I don't know how much. And when I took her to the vet this year, she was 8 pounds, which is apparently what she was last year. I thought she was 7 pounds last year, but same difference. She's either gained a pound or she's the same. And she eats like a freaking pig, but she burns off a lot of energy outside. But when Andy comes home, he says she's usually waiting for him inside, so she must be asleep on the couch for a while. She's a cat. They sleep like 12 hours a day. I'm kind of worried that she's got a thyroid problem because she eats so much. She's always hungry and she never gains weight. Ooh, someone online. Who's online? Who's online? There's somebody there. Tell me who you are so I can see you. And somebody liked it. Thank you. Send me a chat. I'm gonna end this stream in about 3 minutes on my way home. I'm guessing it's Mom and she's going, how do I send you a chat? You see that little bubble down the bottom? You'll see a little bubble, or else you gotta scroll to the very bottom of the text under the picture and you will see where you can make comments. It'll say public comment. And you just press in that and then you start typing. assuming that's mom. That's what you do. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to leave me a comment down there. See if you can figure it out. Nothing much happening today. Kat did not come on the walk with me. She's in one of her other family's houses, getting treated like a princess and probably plied with food. So I went all the way down to the Benicia Bridge. You'll be able to roll this back and look after. So these end up about half-hour live chats. There's a lot of traffic here coming from the other subdivision. Luckily it's up the street from us, so we don't get it. This is as far as it goes. We're a dead end. Nobody comes down here because they can't get out. I had a weird thing happen the other day on the way home. I was on 780, my little tiny car, driving along, and I drive that thing fast. I mean, I'm going about 80 on there. I was in the right lane because left lane was going really slow, and this idiot in a brand new Mercedes, right, doesn't have plates. Come to find later, it's probably stolen, but you can kind of guess that with a new car in Vallejo. It's 50-50 that's probably stolen. He comes up behind me, and you can see he's gonna pass me on the right, where there's an on-ramp, on the right lane of the freeway. Okay? I'm like, no, he's gotta be kidding. And I'm like, thinking of pulling over right in front of him. I'm like, nah, he'll ram into me, and I just don't want that mess. So I let him go past me, and I blasted the horn and flipped him off, which I think is reasonable behavior when somebody's doing something idiotic like that. So of course he sticks his finger out the window, and for about 30 seconds just flips me off and keeps going. Everybody around must have been going, what an idiot. So, you know. So I get off the freeway at Glen Cove a couple exits later, and I'm like, is that, the guy's like 2-3 cars in front of me on the off-ramp. So we're both going down Glen Cove Parkway. He must have seen me. I mean, my car's noticeable, it's yellow. He pulls over into the bus stop area, waits for me to go past and gets behind me. Follows me home. Not kidding. Now, I've dealt with idiots like this before in this country, not in Australia. It wouldn't happen there. Sorry, it's true, okay? People aren't idiots like they are here. I don't know what drives people to this, but it's just stupid behavior. So, I drive down, and there was a car in front of us too, who I got the feeling was with this guy. So I'm between them both, and I'm thinking, this isn't good. I'm like, okay, if this guy in front of me doesn't turn at that main intersection up there, then I'm gonna get really nervous. Well, he turned. The other guy kept following me down here. So I got into the court and I thought, I'm just gonna turn and I'm gonna keep going. If I have to, I'll go by a police station. I don't care. You know, not getting out of the car, not letting him know where I live. And I was thinking to myself, please don't let Andy be getting home. Please don't let Andy be getting home, because I knew he'd wave and say hi, and I didn't want this guy to know where I lived. So, sure enough, he's just turning around in the court. As I get down here, I waved to him. The guy's a little bit behind me. I don't think he wanted me to know that he was following me here. So I went around the court and went back up. And of course, Andy rings me. I'm like, hi. There's a reason I didn't stop. I told him the whole story. He's like, why didn't you stop? I would have killed the guy. I'm like, that's exactly why I didn't. We don't need the trouble. Nice little white supremacist type with the prison tattoos on the neck. Turned around in our neighbor's garage. I was going fast-ish when he left, and he was going slow. I went into the next subdivision and he disappeared. But God, what is wrong with people? Like, that's just insane. Everybody is so angry and stressed out here. And it makes me angry and stressed out, and I don't like it. So I'm, you know, trying to pull back from that. I haven't told anybody that story because I just think it's awful, but it's a good reminder not to get stressed out. I mean, what the hell? But you know, when safety's involved, that's why I flipped the guy off. Safety's involved. You're passing somebody on the right going like 75 miles an hour at an on-ramp where there's likely to be cars coming in, you know, and I know I'm a little car. That may be why he did it, but he shouldn't be doing that. And I was going like 70, 75, maybe 80. You don't need to be going that fast. But then he's in a stolen car and he's clearly been in prison, so he stole the car. What's wrong with people? Anyway, what a note to end the live stream on. here I am, I'm home. Here's the house. We haven't painted it since we put the new windows in. Wait, there's the house. But we did put some primer on it just to seal it a little bit until we have the time. That's one of the next things that's gonna happen. Here's our little area. There's some, oh, and I did get that whole incident. I got the car on film. I'm getting everything on my security camera. We've had a few break-ins and stuff here lately. Not right here, but we've had like people doing donuts and stuff. We had somebody dump a Razor scooter on our lawn. And our neighbor, who's an ex-cop, he said, take the footage, get some stills, and stick a sign over on your mailbox that says, "We see you too." So I did, and we haven't had any more trouble with those people. We got an abandoned car up there, so that's fun. We know it's abandoned. It hasn't moved since it got there. The registration expires soon. It's probably stolen. Anybody recognizes it, here's the plate. I don't know if you can see that. I could go up to it, but I'm not gonna bother. And that's it. Live stream done. No cat. Don't know where she is. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Oh yeah, and we had a domestic the other day. These people who live over in that house right there. Right, they deal drugs. I probably shouldn't say this live, but pretty sure they deal drugs. When somebody's coming out to a car in the middle of the night and handing stuff off to somebody, you kind of know what's going on, but I have no proof. They allegedly deal drugs. And it's a sad, there's more to it. It's a sad situation over there. I actually feel sorry for one of them, but, oh, here's Kitty Kitty. You're too late. You are too late. You missed the walk. Have you been sleeping over there, huh? What you doing? You checking out my new shoes? You checking out my new shoes? What's up, kitty? What's up? What you doing? What you doing, little one? Here, let me sit down with you, huh? Let me sit down with you. How you doing, kitty? How you doing? So we got Cat in this shot anyway. She seems a bit out of sorts. Maybe she got a hold of a bad bird. See, you shouldn't eat all that raw bird meat. It's bad for you. You been out here throwing up or something? What you been doing? All right. Well, oh, you got burrs in your tail again. Come back here and let me take them off. All right. Hi. Can I get Cat in? There's her tail. All right, so I'm gonna end the live stream now. It is hard to end these things. It's hard to say goodbye. It's really weird. You're like, how do I end this? Maybe I'll give you a good shot of Cat. I gotta get these burrs out of her tail. All right, let's get a good shot of Kitty, huh? There she is. She's stretching. All right, Kitty, say bye-bye. All right? Yeah, oh, my new shoes, they smell good. These are some of the new Skechers I got. All right, kitty kit, say bye-bye. Bye-bye.